up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Welcome to the Wrestle-MaGiC channel, the wrestling channel created by wrestling fans for wrestling fans with wrestling fans like you in mind. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button and a subscribe button and help us with hitting 100 subscribers by 2018. That is our goal. That's what we're striving for, and that's why we're trying to bring you content that's a little bit shorter, a little bit more time for you to watch, and it's almost daily. As I said on the Raw review, we're changing our content so that way we have individual reviews for Raw, Smackdown, NXT 205 Live, and we're going to be talking about the big issues during our Hot Topic podcast, which will air on Fridays. And on Mondays, it will be a combination of either anything from what we want to talk about that day, so like fantasy bookings and stuff like that, to different lists, to pay-per-view reviews and things like that. So, without further delay, let's talk about SmackDown. And I just want to say that SmackDown as a live experience is absolutely phenomenal. No pun intended by the gloves here. But both me and a group of my friends went to go see, as well as my little brother, and actually I'm going to have him come in and tell us about his experience, because he has a special story to share. Ben. So, Benny, you have a special story to tell everybody about who you happened to meet going through the halls during the SmackDown show.
No pun intended, the halls.
The halls. Go ahead and tell everybody, so I'll leave the floor to you.
Well, so I actually didn't meet him in the halls, but first off, let's start by, me and Michael and all of his friends were waiting in our back for Michael to go to the wrestling event. And I wasn't planning on going, but what happened was one of my friends who's happening to go to the show came and knocked on the door. And he's like, "Hey, does Ben want to come with us? We have an extra ticket." And that happened to be the front row.
Right behind the commentator's desk, right?
No. Not front row of the entire event, like in the front by the ring. It was diagonal from the commentator's desk on the one level above, front row of that. So a little closer than where we were last time.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it was, what match was it that they were showing Jinder Mahal up at the top?
It was Shinsuke versus Cena.
Shinsuke versus Cena. And right before that match, the other match was going on. I forgot who was before that. I think it was...
Hang on, let me look it up. I believe it was the women's match.
Yes, it was. It was.
Let me double check that. You can go ahead and keep talking now.
So during the women's match, we see Jinder Mahal with a black thing over his head walking up the stairs, and this dude that's on the other end of the aisle taps him, and we see this black thing come off, and we realize, oh wow, it's Jinder Mahal. So I went over and I got to meet him.
So, the match before it was actually Rusev versus Chet.
Malfunction. Oops.
So, the match that actually preceded it was Rusev versus Chad Gable. But you said something about him shaking your hand. So, my hand's here, and how did he shake your hand? So, then my hand is yours.
He shook my hand like this.
Which is really weird. It's like on his wrist.
It was very awkward because his fingers went up to here, though. It was just like one of those.
Oh, so your hand almost barely touched his palm.
Yeah, it was just like that.
Thanks, Ben, for sharing the story. SmackDown after the dark match was Luke Harper versus Victor of the Ascension, which Luke Harper won. The show officially started with AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. No promo or anything. The match started for the U.S. title, and it was a really good match. The crowd was getting into it, especially us, because we were dancing to every single entrance theme throughout the entire night, even 205 Live. The match ends with Kevin Owens accidentally hits down Mike Chioda, which you can obviously see he didn't. AJ Styles rolls out Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens' shoulder is completely up the entire time. But Mike Chioda, after getting hit in the eye, didn't see it Counts 3. AJ Styles retains. Kevin Owens goes backstage and throws a fit. Throws Mike Chioda. Rest in peace. And Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan try to calm him down. Shane says that he had a very valid point, and that Kevin Owens should get a rematch for that championship. But Kevin Owens said he didn't want any old referee. He didn't want a referee that would be knocked down by a gust of wind. And Daniel Bryan's like, okay, I got you a referee. Shane. And Shane gives him this look like, what? But he said, okay, Kevin, if you want the match, I'm the referee. Take it or leave it. And Kevin Owens takes it. And then it's going to be Kevin Owens and AJ one more time at SummerSlam with Shane McMahon a special guest referee, hopefully leading to a Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens match down the line. So the New Day come out, psych, the Usos did. The Usos stole the New Day shtick and got everybody in the crowd to freak out, and including us, we got tricked, and the Usos came out to their music, which was very nice, and they did a little bit of their rap talking about the New Day and how they stole their shtick, and Quentin, my friend who was sitting right next to me, he just absolutely loved it. The Usos are right now one of his favorites, just because of that moment. So props to the Usos. They did some really good work there. They tricked us. Yeah, Tyler Breeze in the Fashion Files, switching over to the Fashion Peaks, a kind of parody of Twin Peaks. And Tyler Breeze is having a dream that Fandango came in with the Ascension and a bunch of different weird things. He's speaking in tongues and stuff. And he was like, no wonder this show got canceled the first time. And no more metaphors and things like that. It made me laugh, even though I didn't have no idea what Twin Peaks was before this. It was a very fun segment. Tyler Breeze woke up from his dream, and he says he knows who kidnapped Fandango, so he's going to go find them next week, hopefully. Then we had a match, Aiden English versus Sami Zayn. Aiden English winning with the roll-up. Okay match. We went to go get merch during that time. I got my AJ Styles belts, which you saw in the beginning, during this match. And then Mike and Maria Kanellis come out and say they love seeing Sami Zayn lose. Very quick match. I think Aiden English's song lasted longer than the actual match. But there you go, Aiden English wins. Women's tag team match. We had Naomi and Becky Lynch facing Natalya and Carmella. A really fun match. Love Naomi's entrance live. It's absolutely great. That belt looks great. I'm getting flustered because I'm just remembering it in my head. I haven't watched the broadcast back except for a few videos about the main event, which we will get to. But Naomi and Becky Lynch pick up the win, with Naomi tapping out Carmella to her submission. I believe it's called Feel the Glow, after Becky hits a Bexploderplex onto Natalya. Next up, you have Rusev taking on Chad Gable. An impressive showing by Chad Gable. I absolutely love the match. I love the spot in particular when Chad Gable hit the over-the-head belly-to-belly on Rusev twice, and he went for a third. It was a really great showing. A moonsault from Chad Gable, a ankle lock, but in the end, Chad Gable tapped out to the Accolade. And yeah, it was really good showing for Chad Gable. I don't mind the losing streak as long as he always looks strong like that. So Chad Gable's going in a good direction. Meanwhile, Rusev, I think he's about to be taking another loss here, because he said he doesn't have any competition for SummerSlam. He wants an opponent who will show up, but Randy Orton, which Quentin, the guy sitting next to me, was very, very excited about. So Quentin, everybody's standing up, chanting for Randy, asking for an RKO. They get into the ring, and Randy says, "Look no further if you want an opponent than me." And Rusev speaks in Bulgarian, goes after Orton. And Orton hits an RKO, which made Quentin lose his voice. And granted, me too, because everybody started cheering after that. I'm really excited for the prospect of a match between the two. I think Rusev's going to lose, which is a shame, but in the end, Randy Orton has to get a win back because he's just lost 3 or 4 pay-per-views in a row. So he kind of needs it. And then we had the main event, Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena, and the crowd was on fire. Cena looked confused when he got booed as much as he did. He thought it was going to be way more like even, but Nakamura had it. I love the spot where Cena does the "You can't see me," and Shinsuke is like trying to check his vision, trying to see if he can still see. And then later on, he goes like this, saying that I got glasses, I can see you, John. A really fun match, really scary landing for Cena. Are you okay? Did you die? When he took the exploder suplex. Shinsuke kicking out of an AA, pulling Cena's card out. That was very nice. After an AA by John Cena, he rolled through for a second one. Shinsuke counters it for the very scary exploder suplex. Then you had Cena eat one Kinshasa. Clean as a whistle. Lost to Shinsuke. Shinsuke versus Jinder Mahal, who was watching in the box office seats up at the top of the arena. Those two are fighting at SummerSlam. And by what happened after, on the beginning of 205 Live, with Baron Corbin attacking Shinsuke and Cena coming to make the save, it's fair to say that Baron Corbin will fight John Cena when SummerSlam curls around right before Cena moves to Raw. So like I said on the Raw recap, I'm going to give these shows a grade from 1 to 10 and try to figure out where they fall on the spectrum. And for me, Smackdown is I've been really thinking about this because there was really no match that really upset me for this. It was a great live experience, and because of the fact it was live alone, I didn't see the commercials, which is what a lot of people were complaining about, and I get that. But for me, and for being there live and getting to see everything, I give the show a 10 out of 10. And I know the people watching at home won't give that rating. They'll probably give it 8, and that's fair. But for me, for live events, this was probably one of, if not the greatest one I've been to. Especially considering I was sitting next to awesome people, and the entire show was absolutely great from top to bottom. I couldn't complain about it. So, that's my SmackDown review for this week. Hit the thumbs up button. Help us reach 100 subscribers by 2018. I've been Michael from the Wrestle-MaGiC channel. We'll see you guys next time. And for those of you wondering why the camera was shaking, this is Rascal. He is a very, very fluffy kitty. Look at him.
He's a brat, though. He only likes to snuggle when it's on his terms. So, yeah, this is him being on his terms. Apparently, he's not on his terms with me. It has something to do with me. Just remember that.